Did you see that Bad Boys trailer?
Yeah, I seen what you said. It wasn't that bad, man. It
Man,
wasn't
listen,
that bad.
that shit was trash, man. I don't care what nobody says. Bro, I don't know. Did you see that Bad Boys trailer?
Yeah, I seen what you said. It wasn't that bad, man. It
Man,
wasn't
listen,
that bad.
that shit was trash, man. I don't care what nobody says. That Bad Boy, like Will Smith. Hey, we all know Will Smith is not really aged, but at the intro of that, like just the way he's standing and everything, I got like old uncle out of him, and
Out of
Martin.
out of Will Smith, you got
Yeah,
that?
and Martin is just like Martin. Honestly, to me in that trailer, just seems like I'm just here. I'm here. Give me my fucking check. Even the way he
Yeah.
delivered his lines didn't even feel like Martin. Like Martin's always been over the top with his line delivery in every movie, damn near. Even when he's supposed to be like calm, he always has like this twang in his voice, and he just felt like an old man to me, man.
He
I don't
sound
know.
he sounds like he's stuffed.
Yeah,
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 I mean he let it. I mean, in a way, he kind of let himself go.
yeah. I
You
mean, I
know.
understand that, but it's just
Will takes on roles where he has to stay in shape, whereas
yeah.
Martin been out the game for a long time, and he's never played a role where he really had to be in shape, except for like Blue Streak, and that's not really being in shape. That was just his body frame,
Yeah.
you know.
And, watch, if this movie does good, which I hope it does. Like I said, there's been trailers that I've hated, and then I end up loving the movies. There have been trailers that I loved and I end up hating the movie. So just because I say the
Hmm.
trailer was whack doesn't mean that I feel like the movie's gonna be. I need to see more. But right now, that first trailer, that wasn't it, bro, boss. That wasn't it for me, man.
We gonna see. We gonna see, man. I mean, everybody's going to see it. Is Gabrielle in that one?
I don't know. They haven't said. And she whatever happened because she had that TV show that was a spinoff from the Bad Boys. Like she was her character.
I never watched that. I never watched it.
I don't even know if it got canceled. I have no idea what happened to that.
Because my wife was asking, and I'm thinking like, oh snap, she gonna die in the movie.
Oh,
That's the first thing that popped in my head. Like she's going to die.
see if that TV shows, if that series is still out, she can't die.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
but we'll see. We'll see. It is what it is, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Breaks Radio. I'm your host, CEO Hayes, and we're joined by my brother, Baylor the Greatest in the building. What's going on, man?
how we doing, man? Another week.
Another week, another week, more topics and some fuckery. And we're
Hmm.
starting off with Kanye West. And I usually don't put shit like this on the rundown because honestly, it's not really much to talk about. It doesn't really add much, but just off the strength of how viral this went and the fact that it's just nasty as fuck, I had to talk about this. So there was a video of Kanye. I don't know if it was like a concert, if it was Sunday service or whatnot, but he's digging in his ear and he immediately goes and puts the finger that he was digging in his ear into his mouth and then kind of looks around and then some woman like puts her arm around him. She didn't see, but like he just goes to talk. It was nasty, bro. The shit was
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah. It was. I mean, and but the crazy part is like, yo, people do stuff like this. They do. They do. So, um, it's just the fact that he just got caught. He just got caught, and it's Kanye. So it was like, they just it's a YouTube video that breaks down everything.
Yeah.
So it's getting, I get it. I get it. You nasty though,
Oh yeah, he
Kanye. You
definitely
get a
nasty.
nasty award.
Mm. Oh man, but speaking of Kanye, while we're on this subject, so like a couple days ago was a 14-year anniversary of him being on, I believe it was MTV, and he said the famous line, "George Bush does not care about black people."
Hmm.
It
Yep.
was for a 14-year anniversary of that.
Damn,
And
that
of
was
course,
14 years ago.
14 years, bro. It's just wild, ain't it?
I don't even know where I was at. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that
Hey,
shit's crazy,
14
man.
years.
14
Time
years, bro.
time is flying, boy.
Yeah, man. Shit, I was fucking 18 years old. That's wild. That's wild, man.
Really?
Yeah.
God. Mm. He's done so much since then and probably a little bit before then. 14 years. Wow, man.
Yeah. But
Mm.
of course, it made me think of like the journey of Kanye West. And honestly, when you really think about it, the last few months, This is the worst thing. This earwax thing has been the worst thing to come from him in a while. He's really been keeping a low profile for the most part for at least 6 months, like I said, if not longer. Um,
Well, the
we
all
know
the
he.
church service has been going viral a lot, so
Yeah, that's true.
that's a positive message. So he hasn't been in any so-called fuckery.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But this earwax thing is pretty nasty, bro. That's nasty. But you know what the crazy part is? It's like I don't know if he tried to do it, and he probably felt like nobody was watching him, but it seems like he was in a crowd of people.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then on top of that, if it's a crowd of people that paid to come watch the performance or something like that, they're going to record you. That's what fans do. Their camera is going to be on you majority of the time. So yeah, I think it's probably one of those things where he just wasn't thinking like, or he don't care.
And that's what I'm saying. If he does that in a room full of people, imagine what he does in private. I don't
Oh
even want to
yeah,
talk about that.
we don't need that.
We
We don't need
getting
that,
off
Hayes.
that. We getting off that. So Kanye's album is coming out at the end of this month. I believe it's like the 25th. I can't remember the exact date. Don't quote me on that. Are you looking forward to Yandi?
I was about to ask you, what's your expectations for it?
Right now, I will say production I'm looking forward to because like this whole Sunday service thing and like seeing him like go off on stuff and kind of just do some random shit makes me think he's really in a good place musically.
Uh-huh.
But I don't expect bars from Kanye anymore. So I just
Okay. Well, forget about the bars, but he's going to drop a couple of lines. Me personally, I'm looking for the features, the type of
yes.
features that he have,
Yes.
and what kind of sound, Hayes. What sound is he going to bring us?
I don't know. Like, so Kim Kardashian posted a thing that gave the track list. Well, people are suspecting that it's the track list because there's like a random piece of paper with names written on it. It was like 14
Hmm.
tracks. So I think those.
Which was clever marketing,
Oh
by the
yeah,
way.
very very clever marketing. I think that like I don't get much from the titles. This whole Sunday service thing makes me think that it's I won't say church. I'm not going to say that. But I think it's going to be soulful. I think it's going to be a lot of like ultra light
Mm.
beam type style production if that makes sense.
You that might be it though. Hey,
Yeah.
you might, yeah. I'm following you. I like that because, isn't it Kanye to throw a curveball to
That
build
is
us
true.
up with this Sunday service, but then he dropped some 808 type shit.
Oh man, listen. I I don't know, man. And again, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not hating it. I'm interested. I'm
I'm not. You
interested.
know what? I'm not hating either. I want the brother to do good. It's just that all the weird shit that he does, it just pushes us away from supporting him like we're supposed to. But I'm still gonna love the guy, man. Regardless, I'm still gonna have love for him. And we're not going to get the first three album Kanye
Yeah.
back. We're not going to get that because he's in a different space. We're not gonna get spaceships. We're not gonna get graveyard. Like we're not gonna get that anymore.
Late
But
registration still to this day, bro. Like it does something to me. Like
because it takes you back.
yeah, yeah.
It takes you anytime you listen to a album or even a track, and it takes you back to that time and place, and you could smell whatever you was wearing or smell whatever she was wearing. Yo, that's classic right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, bro, let's get off Kanye. Let's get into some other stuff. Lizzo, Truth Hurts, number one song in the country, almost 2 years after it was released. What do you think that this says about Izzo? I mean, sorry, I said Izzo. Lizzo. I have a friend named Izzo. That's where it comes from. Lizzo.
Shout out to Izzo though.
Shout out to Izzo. Yeah. Uh, but Lizzo, what do you think that means for like her rise to fame, her rise to stardom, her staying power? Um, the fact that like a song that's been out for 2 years just reached number one, and I feel like people are really just discovering her. Lizzo has been around and kind of underneath the surface. We've known about her for a little bit, but now
Hmm.
the whole world is starting to, and she's really embracing that. I think her body positivity message that she does. All it, Lizzo is a positive for me influence in this game right now. But what do you think this means to have a number one song?
Well, what you just said is she's a positive influence. So when you have that type of energy, just keep grinding, baby. It's gonna happen. Just keep grinding. That's what it says. Like that was on the shelf for like 2 years, and it's just now popped. Yo, that's grinding right there. That's staying true to your craft and just keep going. That's a message to the youngsters out there.
Exactly.
Now look where you at. Because if she would have stopped after that, what if she would have stopped 6 months after that or a year after that? You know what I'm saying? And now you got to go through a whole nother year to be recognized. Come on, that's grinding right there. That's a marathon. Shout out to Nip.
Absolutely, the marathon continues, and I think that that's we so often in music are so quick to write people off if they don't have success right away, right?
Hmm.
So this is a testament to that success doesn't always have to we like you said it, you coined it, you say it all the time. We live in a microwave society, a microwave culture right now. This shows that everything doesn't have to be that way. She's a great performer. This has been her year. Like, I know we talked about the Missy Elliott VMA performance, but Lizzo did her thing as well. Like, Lizzo is a great
Her
artist.
charisma is crazy, and
Yeah,
because of it, it makes her sexy. Um, and and this shows how talented she is. That the fact that and it shows how strong minded she is. She did it in the microwave era. She
yeah,
did it in the era where these people that's looking up to her or her peers see Instagram fame or Twitter fame. They want that instant, love, those hearts, those double taps. And yeah, I think she's gonna be here for a while. I think she's gonna
oh
be
yeah.
Missy 2.0.
I didn't want to say that because I know people may come from my neck, but I agree. Like, Lizzo's going to be one of those people who 10 years from now we're talking about a hell of a career.
Hmm.
And she may not have like the super big triple platinum success. I'm not going to say that is, but I think performers, music, performances, music, and just overall effect on the culture and the game, Lizzo is going to be here for a minute, and people better
Hmm.
take notice.
Yep.
I need Lizzo and not Remy, Lizzo and Rhapsody on
Raps.
the track together.
Yes, I was just about to say that. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
but yeah, that's my thoughts. Let us know how you guys feel about Lizzo and her rise and everything. The next thing that we're going to go into, Remy Ma on the episode of State of the Culture says that trash artists want hip hop's older generation to go away. She went further into detail. It's kind of just the headline. So anyone who just saw the headline, go in there and really read it. Some of the quote is, in my opinion, I don't really give a fuck about it. Let me get in my Remy Ma bag. Seriously, I don't care. What I think is that some of these newer artists are fucking trash and they can't compare to some of the standards that were set. They master the
Hmm.
way to stream and make catchy hooks and the wave that's going on. That's cool. So that's kind of more of the actual quote. So we won't just box it in into that. But we talk about it here all the time. I mean, I kind of just said it when we were talking about Lizzo. Remy Ma said it as well. I think that a lot of the artists they and I it's funny because DMX story came up, and I don't know if you saw my tweet on that, but shout out to AJ from What We're Gonna Do. He mentioned how DMX wouldn't be as big as what he is nowadays. And that's because people couldn't take DMX. And I think like
Hmm.
that shows what these artists are too. There's no passion really in a lot of these artists. I'm not gonna say all of them,
Damn.
and because of that, they they don't understand like the attachment that we have to certain artists, the attachment that artists have to their music. A lot of these newer artists don't understand that because to them it's all about a wave, it's all about a single, it's all about a bop, and it's not really about putting any soul into your music anymore. What do you think about
I can't go after that, Hayes. What you want me to do? I can't
that?
go after that. You said everything. But no, because of this climate, what she said was said in a harsh way. I didn't feel offended by it,
Yeah,
but the crowd that she's speaking to and their fan base, that's the truth, and it was harsh. And I mean, you got it, like you said, there's no passion behind it. If you don't have any passion behind your craft, then you just doing it. Shit, you probably just doing it for the money. You're doing it for the fame. You won't be here for long.
hmm,
But at the same time, if the younger generation is running the game, then you could be here for a long time. But at the same time, let me play devil's advocate. I mean, hey, at one point in our lives, we got tired of those OGs telling us what to do. Like, bro, I got this.
yeah,
Let me
that's
do it
true.
my way. Let me do it
Yeah,
my way. We have to come to the table, sit there, and be like, yo, we need to start dividing this shit up. Like you said about DMX, he wouldn't be accepted in this era because they wouldn't understand him. So you got to put that in a whole totally different category.
yeah.
because we understand it and we know what it is. When you said about the bops, yeah, I mean, truth be told, I'm not dance. Well, no, truth be told, I am dancing to DMX in the club. But there's a lot of artists that we listen to that we don't listen to in the club.
Yeah.
And so I understand we do shit on the young artists nowadays, but seeing my son sit up there dancing the Blueface, that shit is refreshing. I don't like the artist at all, but he has music to make us dance.
That's true.
I'm not playing it in the car. I might play it at a party with the dominoes on the table, but it's not something that's going to be in my library. So she's right, but at the same time, we got to learn how to accept this shit and separate it.
And you make a great point there. I think like yes, back in our day, lyricism was more at a forefront, but there's always been artists that are more about the hook. It's more about the beat. It's more about making you dance. It's more about making you move than it is lyrical content. Now the balance has switched. Now we have to look more for the lyrical content, and we find the bops easier. They're more
Mm-hmm.
mainstream, but I think that it's always been both sides of it. It's just as we go and as the years go on, the balance always is going to tip. It's eventually going to tip back the other way. Are we going to be here for it? Who knows? Who knows how long it may take? But it's always going to be a balancing act, and it's never going to be even. We're never going to have 50% lyricists, 50% bops. It's not. It's not going to happen. Some artists are able to merge the two, but that's a rare case, and we celebrate those guys even more if they're able to merge the two.
Yo, you just gave me an idea with that quick little rant. 30 or 40, maybe even 50 years from now, what what is the hip hop sound? Yo, that's crazy. I need to be high for this shit, Hayes. I have to because like look where we came from the early 80s, like late 70s, early 80s hip hop, all the way to 2019. The evolution of hip hop. Bro, 30 years from now, how is it going to sound? Like it went from party house music to lyricism to bop. Then what?
Yeah, and the funny thing is too is like with like Little Nas X infusing hip hop and country. I'm not saying that it's gonna go that far, but I really think it's going to be a melding of a lot of different things like hip hop. And we forget hip hop in a lot of ways is still in its infancy when compared to the other types of genres of music that's around.
Oh,
So it
I
makes
definitely
sense.
think hip hop. I definitely think hip hop is is the umbrella to music in general. To
Yes.
me,
Yeah.
I think hip hop and rock are like the parents of music to me. You know what I mean? Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think for me, I agree with you. It's hip hop, rock, and soul to me. I get like I don't gospel. I don't know how you would want to word it, but like everything else
I
kind of
think
branches
gospel
off
is
different
R
ways
and
from
B.
there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So and everything kind of branches off and finds it's like way between those different segments. Um, but I don't know, man. To get back to the original question, I have no idea what hip hop is going to look like 20 years from now. I can't even picture it, man.
Because I could listen to "Who Do You Believe In" by Pac, right? That's one of my
Mhm.
favorite songs of all time. I listen to that, sometimes cry to it. But then I can also listen to "Give Me a Project Chick." Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I could listen to both of those. So, but 30 years from now, bro, I wonder what we gonna be listening to. That is crazy. That spark went up to that one.
Yeah, yeah, we'll figure it out, man. I can't wait to see what my grandkids are listening
Hey,
to.
turn that shit off.
Damn. Oh man. All right. So we're gonna go into our power recap. We said this is the final season, so we're gonna do a mini recap on power probably every week. Did you get to see the episode this past week?
Hayes, I was in a 4-day wedding, bro. I look, and I told myself I'm going to start watching it on Tuesday so I could be ready for Wednesday. But uh, literally from Friday to Monday, it was wedding, and then Tuesday I had to go to work. Uh, I I promise to the people out there, to the Breaks Radio listeners, I will hop on it and I will be up to date.
Well, there you go.
They killed my boo thing, and it hurt me when I seen her on that table, boy. I
You
swear
ain't
to
recovered.
God, it hurt.
All I'll
Oh,
say is we'll save it for next week then. But when Tommy showed up to that funeral, dressed the way he was dressed, it took me out, bro. And you'll see when you. I hate that I even mentioned it because now you're gonna be looking out for it. But I'm telling you, when Tommy pulls up to this funeral, just pay attention to the fit, man. Just pay
okay.
attention to the fit. He showed up like the drinking pastor, bro. Like the pastor that you know be drinking before they come out. Oh man! All right, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna go ahead and get into our first break, and when we come back from this, we're gonna talk some new music. All right, bro. So we got some new music that dropped. We got a lot of new music that's dropped in like the last 2 weeks. We didn't even talk about the little brother. I don't think on this podcast yet. We're gonna have to come back to that.
Okay.
Um, but Sir dropped this "Chasing Summer,"
Oh
and
boy.
when I tell you, I have listened to this a little bit every day since it dropped.
Oh boy.
Jeez,
Hey, you want to 50 11 times?
listen.
50 11 times. That mood track.
Oh,
Oh my God. On repeat. Take me back to LA, baby. Oh my God, that's so refreshing.
oh,
I needed that. I ain't gonna
listen.
lie to you.
And it's so funny because that this will come out at the end of summer, but I understand it because now we're gonna ride out. I feel like this is gonna make me feel like summer all throughout fall. I love this album, bro.
It fit the whole album feels like a Somerset, like just driving down the Shaw, and it's like when the sky and I mean when the sun hit the water the right way, and it's oh my God, thank you. I needed that. I
need to
needed
ask.
that.
I need to ask you this though, and we'll get back into the album itself and talk a little bit more about it. But who whose music touches your soul more, Anderson .Paak or Sirs right
God damn it, Hayes.
now?
See, it's kind of not fair because he just dropped that project, but I can see the similarities though. I see where you're going with this.
Uh-huh.
To be fair to Anderson .Paak, man, I gotta give Sir, another month or two. Um, mm, shit, man, I'm gonna have to call a tie on that one because I get that same type of feel from both of them. I get the
and it's
same type of feel.
and it's good that one dropped early summer and one dropped this late into the summer because they are very similar vibes. I feel like if these two albums would have dropped closer together, they would have kind of eaten each other, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. Like
because you could damn near swap songs on each album and you be like
exactly.
and get the same feel.
Yeah. Like the but if you I can listen to both these albums. Like if I was on a long drive, like I don't do Joyride anymore. Gas is too damn expensive. But I can see myself like it would be one of these two albums. And
Hmm.
like Sir used his features great on this album. The Still Blue with Jill Scott. Listen,
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you though, man. That mood track. Oh my God, I love that song, man. I love it. And then of course the LA track. Oh man, that's so refreshing. That's so refreshing. I played that shit on the freeway. I love it.
and the way that it starts off with the hair down, Kendrick Lamar on it, like it's the perfect title to the track because it really makes you feel like you're letting your hair down, you're enjoying the breeze, you're enjoying the weather, you're letting yourself really soak like all the shit from work that the week wash away. Like that's what it's a he whoever put this track listing together did their thing on this because the way that the album flows, and I think
Hmm.
that's an underrated aspect to great albums to me, is that
Hmm.
the way that the track list plays out is super important to the it can almost completely change the vibe if you don't have the right track after each other.
This is true. This is true. You have to set it up. You have to set it up perfectly. Oh man! At the end of that, I think it's like the last minute and 40 seconds of the LA track, and it's just an instrumental. I said, oh, this is what you're doing. You're doing a little DJ Quick. I see. I like this. All righty then. Okay, Inglewood's finest. Stand up.
Yeah, and I thoroughly enjoy Sir, man. I think yeah, this is a great. We're gonna have to circle back to this, like you said, in a few months because honestly, on the times I've listened to this album so much, I'm damn near ready to say this is a classic.
So as of right now, Hayes, we got Rhapsody, and for me, Crash,
Mm.
and Sir.
I agree with that. I agree
Top
with
three
that. Those three
albums.
top three
No
albums of the
order.
year.
No order right now, just those top three.
Top three albums of the year.
There it is. There it is.
So,
Waiting on that pusher.
yeah. Ooh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll talk about Push when we get there. But we have one more album to talk about that released. Common, Let Love.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I listened to it, and it's not his fault. It's actually Sir's fault. You not. I'm not going. You, you, like you said, I've been listening to that album since it came out, and then Common drops, and it's like, all right. It's like, all right, and that's exactly my. That's my take on it. All right.
What I will say with the Common album, I think that for me, it's for an artist who's been around as long as Common to deliver an album of this quality is rare, and I think we do need to celebrate that because a lot of artists who've been what he has to be 25 years in the game at this point, if not more.
Phenomenal actor.
Yeah, and even like you said, to get into acting as much as he is, because he's a great actor too now, and
Hmm.
still be able to stop and come back and deliver. Like we'll see what Ludacris does, but to
Oh.
be able to deliver an album like this, I don't want to ignore it. I think this is a really good album. It's really solid. I love um the production of it throughout.
Hmm.
It's great. I feel like some of the times, and this is we critique everyone here, so anyone can get it. I get it. He's Common. He's a legend. I'm not trying to take away from any of that, but some of the his cadences on here are lazy, and that takes me out of the song. And I'm not
But
even
you,
saying
but Common is one of those cats that never switched up his like his style.
that's true. And that's
So
I'm not saying it's necessarily the style. It's like it's hard. Maybe it's the inflection of his voice more than just the cadence. All I can say is that like which track is it? The Forever Your Love. I feel like this would be a great, but there's something in it in the way that he rapped his verses that took me out of it. That just it sounded weird in my ear. I
and
don't know.
you know what's crazy about that? You're right, because the track that I like, BJ the Chicago Kid is on,
Uh
and the
huh.
reason why I like that is because he's on the track. So he basically helped that track out.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? So I get it, but he never did that, and we've always accepted his style of rap because he's a wordsmith, he's a lyricist. One, I would say top 10 lyricists of all time. Is that fair?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's
Okay, and he could be even higher. And I think that's the thing, though. Going back to our first our well, one of our topics, we never seen him like even close to a bop record. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Where you can switch your flow up a little bit and still spit the shit that you could spit. We never we never really got that out of him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like when Common walked through the door, everybody stand up straight shoulders. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get from him. So it's still solid. I can still throw it on and clean up the house, but it
Yeah, I mean,
ain't.
I can definitely see myself going back and listening to this and maybe even appreciating it more when it's not under the shadow of the Sir album, if that makes
Hmm.
sense. Um,
Yeah.
it's just like to go from something that I think is perfect for Sir. I won't say it's a perfect album, but perfect for Sir and exactly what I wanted from him to go to this and like I say, something just weird catches my ear or sounds weird in my ear with a lot of the tracks. But overall, I can definitely say that for Common fans, for people who are huge fans of just Common, they probably feel like this is him in the form that they want to see him in. It feels like, and I'm a Common fan, but there's just something seemed off about this to me, and I can't put my word on it. I know that sucks for the listeners. I'm sorry that I'm not more eloquent in my critique right now, but it still a solid album, still a
I
solid.
mean, it may sound like he wanted to put some music out.
That's
He
exactly
just
what.
want he just wanted to put some music out. That's it.
So to get like retrospective on it, I want to ask you this. So we Common has basically been consistent his whole career. I think like he hasn't had a spree longer than maybe 3 or 4 years where he hasn't released an album. He's been very consistent, and we may forget about it. Like since B, we'll just go back. Or we'll go to Circus in 2002. He's had an album in 2002, 2005, 2007, 2008, 2011, 2 and 14. Oh, well, that was deluxe. 16, and then now in 19. That's very
Oh,
consistent.
that is. Damn. God damn. That is.
So he's been putting out content, and really, I would like to say that I like more albums than not. I think that B is a classic. Do you agree with that?
I I would have to agree with it. I'm not much of a Common fan though.
Okay. But
I
it's
just
just
respect him. I just respect him as an artist in general. I'm not a fan though.
okay. That makes sense. Would you say that of the 90s rappers that he's aged the best as far as like always being in the public eye? Because we can
Yeah.
talk about Nas, but Nas takes
eh,
he'll disappear for 6 years.
I would say this. He might be in the top. He might be in the top three and not number three from those '90s rappers because I can't say Ice Cube because he ventured off into a different field. Um, you got to throw Jay Z up there, and then when you think about it, he has put out better music than Nas. Come at me, come at me. I need that smoke. You know what I'm saying? But no, he has put out and he has aged well better than Nas. Um, and there's nobody else out. I mean, you could. Oh well, you got Snoop.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
got Snoop. So I think he might. Oh, he might be number three then, because you got to go Jay, Snoop, and Common.
But Snoop in the 2000s? You putting him over Common in the 2000s?
Okay, that's not fair because I'm because the same reason why I excluded Ice Cube, I got to do the same for Snoop. But Snoop has been dropping as of lately, so
Yeah.
I'll switch that up. I'll go Jay, Common, then Snoop then,
All right, fair enough.
because I don't know nobody else after those three. Tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Mary has joined us. What's going on, Mary? Or maybe she hasn't joined us.
Mary, you on mute?
I have. I'm here. I was on mute.
No problem. So, Mary, we were talking about the Sir and Common albums. So just if you want to jump in, we'll start with Sir. Like, have you had a chance to listen to the new Sir album?
I haven't. So
Okay.
just to disclaim to everyone, tomorrow is actually the first day of school on the East Coast, and
Yeah.
this week has been like a nightmare. So so I haven't had a damn moment to myself. But yeah, this is all on the list for when I actually have free time again. When
I,
these damn kids are back to school.
I would, yeah, I really love to hear how you felt about this. So me and Baylor both loved it. I'm damn near ready to call it a classic already. But it's definitely in the top three albums of the year for me so far.
Mhm.
Damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely,
Okay.
I'm
definitely.
crazy. I'm crazy with him. We both crazy because I agree.
Wow. So now this is really, like setting this up to be phenomenal, or else it's going to be really bad.
Hey, hey, either way, we still crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
either
we knew
way.
that anyway.
So to kind of get just your thoughts on some of the stuff we talked about in the first segment. Um anything you want to add on like Lizzo being the number one, having the number one song in the country 2 years after its release?
You know what? I feel like it's a testament to society having to be ready to accept certain messages when it comes to music, right? Like,
Mm.
I feel like although we are in a very sensitive time as a culture, I do feel like I guess, society is now ready to embrace like the I may be big, but I'm confident, and it's going to be all up in your face, and you're going to love me message that Lizzo has. And I'm here for it. I'm actually a fan. I feel like, I mean, I loved her collab, and I think we did talk about this last week with Missy. And her style, even before that came out, like really kind of reminded me of a modern day Missy. Like her swag and her the fact that she's a big girl but she dances and dances well, might I add.
Hmm.
And like her unapologetic, ownership of who she is, even though it may not be what everybody else wants or, traditionally wants. So yeah, I'm with it.
That's what's up. Yeah, we made that Missy Elliott comparison too, and I think uh she, I really have high hopes for Lizzo's career over the next 10 years because she's positive. Like she's one of those people I wouldn't mind my daughters listening to her music and looking up to her. Like she says some crazy shit, but she's an overall very positive influence in the game right now.
Yes, a breath of fresh air, even.
Absolutely. So the next thing that we had talked about was Remy Ma and her comments on the older generation. I mean, the newer generation wanting the older generation to go away. And part of what me and Baylor talked about was how, like, a lot of the artists now they don't have that same soul in their music. It's very much more so an opportunity to get streams, get money. It's more looked at as a business than the passion going into the music that I think is what we went into. Do you want to talk on that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I have some, I don't know, like very conflicting feelings about the new generation, which again, I feel like has become a recurring theme for us. Um, and who knows? Maybe, I mean, look, none of us can speak for them because we're, I guess, almost old heads or we're in that middle
Hmm.
child generation with J. Cole. So, we're not exactly old heads, but we're not the youngins either. But I feel like the youngin culture is very much dismissive, and it's like we know everything, and what we don't know, we'll figure it out because we don't want to do things like the older generation. And I don't even think
Hmm.
that's confined to music. I feel like even I don't know about the workplace for all of y'all and all of our listeners, but working with 20 somethings, and I know that, and now I'm sounding mad old and it's shameful, but it's really an experience. Like there should be some kind of HR classes on how to, or maybe they are the ones that need the classes. I don't know, but this mentality spills over into their professional lives as well, where it really is like, it's my way or the highway, and I don't want to know how the people before me did it because I'm about to make this my own, which don't get me wrong, there are some benefits to that, right? Like, yes, you should always kind of find your own footing with anything you do, but there should be some homage and respect paid to those who did it before you. And I think that's what's missing with them. It's like it's very much dismissive and almost insulting to the people who paved the way. Um, and it's arrogance at its finest. And yeah, it actually pisses me the fuck off. um, as it does a lot of other people, I think. And I mean, I'm not pissed off to the point where I'm dismissing them completely. I try to understand them, and I still try to find the talent within their art. Whereas I feel like this mentality has caused a divide between the old heads and the young heads because the old heads are like, all right, y'all don't respect what we did for you, then fuck you. And we're not even going to give you a chance. And I kind of think, in essence, it turns into like the same mentality on both ends where nobody's trying to hear the other side. So, yeah, I'm not a fan. I try to be open minded, but they kind of make it hard. So, hopefully, there's some open mindedness on their end, or whatever. I don't want to say their generation is lost, but, whoever comes next, hopefully they kind of find the happy medium. So, yeah.
There you go. Baylor had asked an interesting question, and you may not have an answer for it because I don't think we did either. But he had asked, where do you think hip hop is going to be 30 years from now? Like, what's it going to sound like? Because it sounds very different than what it did at its infancy. Well, at its start now to where we are. So, Mary, where do you think? If you have an answer, if not, it's no big deal. But where do you think hip hop's going to be 20, 30 years from now?
Lord. I mean, I'm not a fortune teller, so I can't even fathom it. But one thing I would like to point out is that I feel like hip hop now sounds like the stereotype of hip hop from 15, 20 years ago. Like I feel like that movie Brown Sugar, all right? First of all, the when they made that movie, I think it was the year 2002, I want to say, hip hop actually still was pretty good.
Hmm.
And it's weird how to me it felt like foreshadowing though, because like that the hoe is mine joint from that movie legit sounds like some shit that would come out today. And like Bryn and Tin or whatever their names were legit would be artists of today, stupid names and all, and little tight pants wearing, and I don't know, like the whole corny vibe that that movie predicted hip hop to have been going to. I feel like it's strange and eerie, but that's what it is. Lord, I don't know where we're going from here. If it seems like, I mean, I'd like to think we can only go up. I mean, but yeah, like I actually thought to myself pretty recently, like it's really weird how hip hop now sounds like what people would make fun of hip hop to sound like back in the day. Like I can't believe that happened. But whatever. We'll still have
Hey.
the 90s. Thank goodness for technology. We could always go back and listen to the greats.
Hey, the '90s to us is going to sound like the '70s.
I know. I
Oh,
know.
brown sugar was predictive programming. You heard it here first on the Breaks Radio. Uh, wow. Next week, Mary, we kind of skipped our power recap just because Baylor hasn't seen it yet. So next week we'll actually have it'll be our first week having a dedicated TV segment because we'll have power and then we'll have the Wu Tang show that I'm going to be watching as soon as we get off this call. So we'll be
Yo, me
recapping
too. Me
those.
too.
Yeah,
I
I
had to. I had to
can't wait.
borrow my baby daddy's Hulu login just to watch it. But and for me to ask him, that must have been real because the baby daddy. But it was the least he could do.
Fair enough. We're gonna get into our last break, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about greatest hits albums. Baylor's trying to piss me off. I just know he is. We'll be right back after this. All right, Baylor. I'm gonna let you present this shit. That's what I'm gonna let you do because people ain't gonna be mad at me this time. They're not gonna be mad at me this time. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so watch this. Now it's a curveball, and I was saving it just for the show.
Oh
We
shit.
cannot use Stevie Wonder or Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
We have to pick someone else, and one has to be a rap album, and one has to be R&B.
Okay. I'll go first on this one.
There you go.
Um, Al Green's greatest hits.
Oh, good one.
Al Green's greatest hits. I think that that's how I was introduced into Al Green. Was his greatest hits album.
Hmm.
So for me, this was the Al Green album for a while, and even going back at it, and like this is literally it is his greatest hits. But you can listen to it and go so many different places mentally over the course of this greatest hits album. Starts off with "Tired of Being Alone."
Hmm.
Then it hits to Call Me. Then I'm
Talk
Still
to
in
him.
Love with You. Then Here I
Okay.
Am. Then we go to How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, which if that doesn't make you cry in the first 2 minutes, it's a 6 minute song. But if it don't almost make you cry in the first two minutes, you dead inside.
I'm
That's all I
crying
got to
now.
say. So yeah,
Yeah.
my R&B one is gonna be Al Green's greatest hits. There you go.
Okay.
Bam.
Okay. Did you say your hip hop one?
Are,
Can I
are we
just
gonna
say
all
that
go
my
ahead?
mother used to clean the house with that. So damn, you really just struck a chord.
And that's how Sundays. My mom. That's how I got introduced into Stevie Wonder, Al Green, and Marvin Gaye. That was all my mom played. All Sunday we would go to church and basically clean the whole house all day, and that's all we would listen to. So,
You know what? I guess we can go all R&B first, and then do hip hop.
all right, cool.
Oh, so well, I got Mint Condition.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Those that's my favorite. One of my favorite groups of all time. Uh, you know, swanging. You know what I'm saying? Pretty brown eyes. Like, I think they're a top two group of all time, and they're not number two.
Mm. All right, Mary, it's your turn. You're on mute. Oh.
I'm no, I'm just really having a hard time. Uh, I mean, because we're all over the spectrum here. Like, we needed to confine this to like a decade at least. But I don't know why, and I'm surprising myself with this. I'm gonna go with, and this is the first thing that came to my mind when I thought R&B. All right, so I'm gonna change. But enter the Drew. That I used to have on loop. I know. I'm embarrassed.
No, don't be. Don't be. Drew Hill's a top 10 R&B
It
group of all
it is,
time.
but would you really think of? I don't even know why my mind went there. Like, for real.
No, they had
But
hits
yeah.
though.
Well, Five Steps was crazy for me. Like,
If you don't hit the high note on Five Steps, then don't be
yeah,
around me.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm glad that somebody.
All right.
I know. I love how you just said nothing.
I because I didn't know what to say. I think
I
that
can see it in your face, Hayes. Your face says it all.
yeah, I
I know.
mean,
I love it. It was like a
yeah.
thousand words. I feel like I just died by a thousand cuts in that space. But honestly, I don't know.
Hayes,
Like,
hey, Hayes was the only one in the crowd like, boo, boo her.
but the weird thing is, I can't even be mad at him. But I mean, when we just said R&B, that's what came to my mind, and I don't even know why.
That's fair.
No, I actually like it though. I really do. I like that pick.
As long as it's not Jagged Edge greatest hits.
Oh my God, please don't bring up their goddamn name.
Yeah.
Jesus
I
Christ, them
Also,
niggas been
mean,
talking about Jagged Edge. Them niggas been talking about Jagged Edge since August, late
yeah,
August.
it's ridiculous.
God damn.
Oh man. Oh, all right.
I only like one Jagged Edge song, by the way.
gotta
Ja-
be, because that was mine from them.
I forgot the name of the song. Y'all know it's not that though.
Really? Gotta Be was a great song. So remember last week we were talking about how, like, when you were out in the world doing things, then basically a song hits different. Like, I can't even be mad at Jagged Edge because yeah, I remember, like, I was feeling those words back in those days. So yeah, happy to laugh.
Well, now I'm standing up in the crowd saying, "Boo her, boo." I
Well,
can't do
listen,
Jagged
I'm not the
Edge.
one that brought up Jagged Edge, so boo whoever that was. Okay.
I'm booing Hayes too.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. Boo me. I ain't worried
Yeah.
about
Boo
it.
him
It
and
is
his
what it
faces.
is. All right, we're going into the rap now.
hmm
Do you have any criteria? Is there any artist that we can't pick?
No Jay-Z, no Tupac, no Biggie. Well, Biggie's not hard. He only got two albums, but
I was about to say, could we really go? All right, this is gonna be my that I get faces made at me. I because I just went through my phone and looked at like what greatest hits albums do I even have like on my Spotify or anything. Um, Cypress Hill's greatest hits.
Mary, I holler at you later, Mary. Okay, you take care. We're not even gonna say bye to Hayes.
All right. That's
We
the end of the show.
I mean, come on. It was either Bone Thugs and Harmony or Cypress Hill. I figured somebody else was gonna say Bone Thugs and Harmony.
no, absolutely not. It's not
Because
out
we're
of
not
those
from
two.
Ohio, nigga.
That's the first time I ever pissed Mary off in the first say nigga.
I felt
Like,
that.
what?
Oh my God, I felt that nigga right there.
Damn. Yeah, I felt that.
I felt that one.
Shit.
But
I,
I will say this. Well, damn. I mean, I don't want to bring up that. But did you at least see the first Power, Baylor? Or are you still
yeah, I
behind
seen
on
the
that?
first one.
I
I
mean,
seen the
when he
first one.
started to play Bone Thugs, I was like, okay, all right, Power Writers, because that was well played, and I'm gonna miss everybody. But anyway, all right, well, I'm gonna say
Oh, I take
nothing.
that back. Hold on, wait a second. I need a reprieve. I'm sorry. I take that back. I take that back. It's the best of DMX.
Okay.
Okay, let him back in the barbecue.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah,
yes,
He's
yeah.
good.
yes,
There
He's
you go.
good.
yes.
I
Okay.
take that. You said Cypress
I'm
Hill.
with
God
it.
damn
I'm
it.
with it. I mean, but we gotta explore this Cypress Hill thing, cause what? Like, other than what jams are we? There's like one
Okay.
classic joint of theirs,
You're right.
right?
Dr. Green Thumb?
Wait. So my dad is a huge Cypress Hill fan, so I think that plays a part in it. Um, but fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
I mean,
Oh God. Look, let me save us all. I got Snoop's.
Okay.
I got Snoop's greatest hits.
all right. I mean, that was cliche, and we knew you were gonna say that. But all right. Oh, now it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, I could be corny like y'all and say Wu Tang because obvious reasons. So I'm not gonna say them, even though we already Wu Tang forever and all that. But I'm gonna say, oh, it has to be greatest hit, right? Is that
Mm-hmm.
the criteria?
Greatest hits. Yep.
I'm gonna go with Outcast.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Well,
Close
Mary
off
won
Wu
that.
Tang,
Mary won that one.
but yes, Outcast. Well, I redeem myself for Drew Hill because I've
I'm
never
actually
seen
I,
you
I actually like the
make
Drew
that
Hill
face,
pick.
Hayes. Well, Hayes didn't, and he hurt my feelings.
Well, what do hey, we all three of us is going on a road trip. We definitely picking Drew Hill over Cypress Hill.
The
Right,
battle
that's
of the
true.
Hills. That is
You
true.
you had the biggest blunder, Hayes.
At least I fixed it. I redeemed myself on the same episode.
Hayes,
I mean,
that was a snatch the aux cord away from Hayes moment.
Oh, well,
right.
fuck
Yeah, no road trip with you. You're not controlling.
it. Fair enough. Fair
Hey,
enough. I mean, I think
leave it up to us with our creative topics to just end our friendships after every episode.
that.
Right.
I mean, hey, that's kind
But
of the.
not for nothing. And then you really went the Bone Thugs route. Like you dug deeper. Not to
What
be
is with the
whatever.
what is with the Bone Thug slander? Like, what the hell?
Because I think you're only real. You're hyping them up to be more than they were because of your location.
No, well, first of all, I'm not from this shit of.
Yeah.
But secondly, like it's not like I said they're the greatest group of all time. I just said I like their greatest hits album. That's it. Jesus. Oh, what is this comfort
Oh
day? Like,
man,
jeez, that's deep.
that's Mary, man. Mary pissed off because school
Hey,
started back,
once
man. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
I'm
once
pissed
she
off.
said that
Well,
nigga,
no, I'm happy about school. I'm pissed off because Hayes made that stank face when I said Drew Hill. Now that's it.
oh man. All right. That's it for this week. If there's nothing else, guys, leave them with any parting words, parting thoughts besides the Battle of the Hills, and leave them your social media.
I'm gonna miss everybody.
At Bailey the Great on all social media platforms. You can also find me skipping every single Cypress Hill song that comes across the screen.
You can follow me at Miss Mary Almonte, so you won't be lonely. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna play this down.
Oh man. Oh man, you guys
Oh,
can
you made me to spit out the last of my juice. I love that juice too. Oh my god.
follow me at CEO Hayes, where I
Oh,
will be bumping Thugs in
oh my
Harmony
god. I
and
got
Cypress.
sweat in my eye. Oh my god.
You can also follow us collectively at The Breaks Radio. You guys should look down. You should see a new logo. Let us know what you guys think about the new logo as well. This has been the best hip hop music podcast around, period, point blank. We're out. Peace.
I'm sick of y'all niggas today, boy.
We're gonna miss
I am
everybody.
sick of y'all, boy. I ain't got time.
That shit was hilarious.